Good morning and welcome to Wednesday, August 30th. We are getting down to the last day of the month. Today is session 23 of my $1 million journey. Thanks for joining me. My name is Edward James Carey. Welcome to Praxis Living, where I create content to help you create the life that you desire. Let's have a look at the pre-market today and see what is going on. All right, so I'm looking at the pre-market, and the pre-market looks like it is slightly higher than yesterday's close. And other than that, there is no strong indication of what is going to happen today. Today's plan of action is I am going to be focused on targeting and recovering as many of these shares that I have been holding that I paid $37.10 for. I'm going to try to recover these 3 shares. 1, 2, or 3 of them, I don't know. It'd be nice to get all 3. I'm going to be looking for an opportunity today to see if I can enter a trade with the intention of dollar cost averaging as many of those shares out of the market as I can. That being said, I do not like what the market has been doing the past few days. If you remember a little bit earlier in the week, or I think it was last week, we had hit a previous low point on August 24th, and then I started to see recovery in shares of AI, only to be hit by another strong decline, which we have then again slowly been increasing up from. And as you can see, we are back up to our share value of around $30.90 a gain. But I don't know if the market is going to hold and support this increasing value. I really do hope that it does, but I cannot say. I'm going to be proceeding with caution. And I do have a plan to slowly acquire shares out of the market that I'm holding through dollar cost averaging. And I'm hoping that the market continues to rally up. Share values that are an odd place, because at $30.89, $30.90, I need the market to continue climbing to at least $33 before I consider letting go of this group of 64 shares here that I paid an average of $32.60 to $32.86 for. I really won't be letting those go for anything less than $33. So if the market wants to climb $2 per share today, that's great. I'm not going to hold my breath. I am going to be wary of any more significant sell-offs and declines. I'm going to try to take advantage of them if I see them. But other than that, I do not know how this day will go. But stay tuned and we will see. All right, let's see what is going on in the market. I've given the markets a little bit of time. It is 7:15 in the morning. Let's have a look and see what's going on. Okay, so today it looks like shares of AI may be on an upward rally again for a second day in a row. Still too early to tell. I see a strong sell-off in the morning, and then we reached a low of $30.11, followed by this nice rally up in the morning here. And as much as I love playing in these morning spaces, I am disciplining myself to stay out of the early morning trading, because in the long run, as fun as it is, it just ends up in this kind of nonsense here. As you can see, I have over 1,400 shares which are caught in the markets, and a lot of these positions were purchased and acquired specifically within the first 1 hour of the day. So this is a habit that I personally am just trying to break until I get more experience in trading. One of two things is going to happen at this point. The rally is going to continue up higher and maybe enter a zone in which I can consider starting to release some shares that I purchased between 32.60 and 32.86, or markets will turn down and create maybe a nice opportunity low point to acquire a position around 8:30, 9:30 a.m. I don't know which it's going to be, or the markets might plateau and go sideways. So far, it looks like a potentially good day with share valuations of AI. It'll be interesting to see how this day plays out. I will leave the markets alone now until 8:30, 9:30 and see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, it is 7:35. I saw an opportunity in the market that I just wanted to update you with. I was out for a little bit of a walk. I came back and I saw this low point that had turned around just a few moments ago. And I decided to take a risk. And I purchased 10 shares, which cost me $30.90 each. So I caught it on the low point of an upward rally. We're up to 31.25. And so what I'm attempting to do is I'm attempting to sell these 10 shares at $30.90, along with one share that I paid $37.10 with. The dollar cost average on that amount falls to around $31.46. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a sell limit order of $31.50 to make sure that I clear it. I'm going to set it up for 11 shares. And I don't know if I want to lock this order in though. I think I want to sit and wait just in case we go higher than this previous peak that you see of $31.69. This may just be a sell-off of an upward run today. I don't know. But I decided that it was worthwhile to take a small risk and see if I could release the capital from one of the 3 shares that I'm trying to get back today. And currently the market is at 31.28. So we are within 22, 23 cents of $31.50. We're very close to me being able to recover the capital of this one share before I move on with my day. So I'm going to sit around here a little bit. I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to see what happens. All right, so for 1 second, we touched $31.50 there. I'm still sitting on this sell manually at $31.50. I'm really torn about whether to just automatically sell these or sit and try to manually close the position. I do see things slowing down. I do see that the push up has slowed a lot and even was beginning to flatten out, and I just about sold my 10 shares and just took a profit on them. I really would like to close this position and recover the capital of an additional share though, that I paid $37.10 for. Again, it looks like the market might be sliding back down again. I do not like the activity that I'm seeing on these last 2 candle wicks here. There is nothing to indicate that a run is going to keep going in an upward direction at this point. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the win on my 10 shares and just call that trade closed. So that's what I did. So what did I end up doing there? I ended up selling a position at 314.11 that I paid 308.98 for. And I ended up adding $5.13 to my trade balance. So great, I added $5 to my balance. I will cross these 10 shares off the list. I took a risk, and I could have got it had I had an automatic sell on, which I didn't do. But just in case, I'm just going with my gut feeling on this one. I wanted to take the profit on the 10 shares instead of holding out to see if I could get that last share out. So I am $5 up, which is not a lot. If I had taken the risk and went in with 15 shares instead of 10, I would have gotten out with that extra share because I wouldn't have had to wait till 31.50 at all. I could have sold it earlier at around 31.35, 31.40. But because I'm still not trusting the activity of AI yet, my trust is not reestablished, I chose not to go in with 15 shares and only 10. So I made one profitable trade. I am up $5. I did not recover one of my shares that I'm trying to get back. I will wait until later in the day to see if there is a new opportunity at some point in the day. Stay tuned. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back soon. All right, I am back. It is 10 minutes to 10 in the morning. And we're gonna have a look and see what is going on here. All right, so since that initial low point that I involved myself in on the way up, it actually did continue to climb. I was hoping to get 31.50 out of that trade. I see that not only did it go up to 31.50, it went right past and eventually peaked out at 31.99. So there's a couple of things. Number one, I could have added an additional 50 cents per share to my trade, which I didn't do. And I could have got one of those shares that I was holding on to at 37.10 out of the market. Didn't do that either. But I did manage to close a trade at over 1.5% on the individual trade and add a little bit over $5 to my trade balance. Now, since that time, and from that peak, the market has continued to consolidate sideways, and it has been doing that now for almost 2 full hours. So, at this point, there is nothing that I am interested in getting involved with at this point. I will continue to pay attention to the market to see if things shift, to see if there is either a movement up or a movement down. This zone right here of 31.64, this is an odd zone. It's not a zone that I want to play in. And it's also a zone that happens to be a full $1 to $1.50 below my next round of shares that I would need to get rid of. So we'll see how this day plays out. It is almost 10 a.m. I will check back in maybe another hour and a half, 11:30, see what happens in the late afternoon, see how things are shaped up. Until then, stay tuned. I will update you shortly. All right, I am back. It is 11:15 in the morning. I'm looking at an anomaly in the market here, and I am making a decision as to what I want to do. Now, earlier, I can see that I was correct in the sense that I did not want to get involved in all of this sideways activity going on in the market today. Shares were playing around the space between 31.48 and 31.89, up and down, and it still looks like this is the case. And currently, we are either in one of two positions. We are either on the bottom end of one of these sideways cycles, or we are just on the way down. And since I don't know which it is, I am going to venture and take a risk and I am going to purchase I'm going to purchase 10 shares, maybe 15, no, 10 shares. I'm going to purchase 10 shares of AI at current market value. I'm not going to worry too much about the price. And the reason that I'm doing so is because currently I don't have any holdings in shares that are lower than current market value. All of my holdings in shares are higher in value. And if we are on an upward trend, even if it's only for a couple of dollars to $32, $33, $34, $35, and then we're going to crash again, I want some shares in the market at today's value that I can potentially capitalize on. So I've purchased 10 shares at $31.44. I'm going to write those down. Okay, and this purchase is not intended as a short-term trade, okay? I purchased these shares in order to hold on to them for a little bit to see if I can earn $3, $4, $5, $6 per share on these as shares of AI continue a slow upward rally. So it is speculative. I don't know for a fact that shares of AI are going to go up. They could very well go down. However, I do know that we are at the lower portion. If I pull up a 1-month chart, I do know that we are down at the lower portion of the cycle for AI. Let's go over the past 6 months. Okay. So we are down near this low point of May 26th, where it was down that low of $28, $29 per share. This month of August, as you know, if you've been following along this series, we have dropped from $44.80 all the way down to what looked like $28.60 and then started rallying back up, only to face another huge sell-off to drop us all the way back down to values of $28. Now, current value is $31.43, and I should have been holding on to some shares today that I purchased for around $28, but I don't have any of those. I sold them all. So I am going to venture part of my capital, not all of it. I've held back probably about 2/3 of my capital. Yeah, I still have $640 available to play with. But I wanted to venture in right here, taking advantage of this small recession in today's price. Let's just go back to 1 day here. We were riding around $31.89, and already what I just purchased at $31.44 is better than $31.89. So even if shares are gonna slowly creep back up to the $32 range, I will already be making profit on this trade. But I wanna see how long I can hold these 10 shares in. I wanna see if I can hold them today. I wanna see if I can hold them tomorrow. I wanna see if I can hold them even all next week. And what I would like to see is I would like to start observing on my sheet here that you can see I'm using to keep score. I would like to see me slowly accumulate shares at low values that the market is currently demonstrating is way above those values, so that I'm always in a position of profit rather than in a holding of potential loss. Again, there is no loss in trading or investing until you close the position at a loss. That's when you realize the loss. Otherwise, you're just down. So currently, I'm just down in the market with all of these positions, and I would like to be up in all of my positions rather than down. So I just wanted to throw this little trade in and see what comes of it. we are beginning to get close to the end of the day. There's only a couple of hours left in the day. I'm still testing my trust of AI. It looked like everything was holding steady here until this last hour. And then, like I said, I don't know whether markets are on a continual decline right now or not. We're going to see though. And in the meantime, I've put in 10 shares, which will either go up, stay sideways, or go down. I'm prepared to respond to either one of those three circumstances. And I will just continue enjoying my day, and I will return soon. All right, I am back. We are 10 minutes to market close today on Wednesday, August 30th. And I've been watching the market a little bit, and not much has changed. Share values are still going up and down. I did add 10 more shares at $31.40 to add to my 10 shares of $31.44, because I did notice that at least currently the value of shares seems to be holding right around $31.30, $31.40, right around that zone. And I want to have a few shares in my collection if the market is going to keep going up during the foreseeable future with AI. I'd love to have 20 shares that I paid $31.40 for that go up to $35, $36. I mean, that'd be a great thing. I haven't had that yet since I've started trading in this journey. We'll see how it plays out over the rest of the week. And I'm going to call it a close today. I don't expect that there's going to be a lot going on in the last 10 minutes of the market today. And I'm not prepared to sell the 20 shares that I just acquired. I actually want to hold on to those shares. I'm not going to say how long because I really don't know, but I want to test out what it feels like holding shares that I can sell at any time because I know that I'm in a profit on those shares. So that is it for today. Thank you for hanging out with me today on my $1 million journey. My name is Edward James Carey. If you have been watching these videos and liking them, I appreciate it. If you're subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate that as well. I am hoping that I am sharing information that is valuable to you, even if you're not a stock trader. Just in general, just the overall mindset, the overall determination, the overall persistence. Those are all translatable skills into whatever it is that you're doing with your life, not just stock trading. I will be back tomorrow morning for session. I'm actually losing number of the sessions here. I'll be back tomorrow for session 24 on Thursday. I'm looking forward to it. I will see you then if you decide to join me. And if so, you can catch me on that video right over here.